Hi everyone, it's me, Lubna. Today is Thursday, December 12th, 2024. This video is dedicated to my beloved, and the topic of this video is going to be about how everything becomes a memory. And this topic was on my mind today because today was the last day of the 2 courses that I've had to take this semester at a local community college as part of some outstanding prerequisites that I needed for the nursing program that I'll be starting next month. And if you watch my videos regularly, you already know what those 2 courses are, and they are sociology and nutrition. And today, this morning, I took my nutrition final exam, and I finished it quite quickly. And after I was done, I handed my exam to the professor and thanked her for teaching me nutrition this semester. And as I was walking back to my car after handing in my final exam, the thought occurred to me that this was very likely the last time that I would step foot on that campus. And this relates to a recent video that I made that was titled "The Poignancy of Transience." And in that video, I had talked about how everything has so much more value and we are able to live much more passionately because we know that there is a last time for everything. And I thought of that video as I was walking back to my car after that exam. And I took a picture of the building in which I had taken that class this entire semester, just because I don't want to forget it. It's another chapter of my life, and I value every single chapter of my life. And I was feeling quite sentimental that this chapter was over and that a new chapter is about to begin. And so I took a picture of that building, and then I got in my car. And as I was driving back to my apartment after having left that campus, I felt so sentimental. Again, the thought of the poignancy of transience video that I had made entered my mind. And that's part of the reason why I'm making this video now, as a way to record how my day has gone and how I felt after finishing this very difficult chapter of my life. As I was driving back from the community college to my apartment, I listened to a few songs in my car on Spotify, and one of them was Drops of Jupiter by Train, and another was Sugar by Maroon 5. And as I was listening to these songs, I just felt like a huge weight had been lifted off of my shoulders after having finished those 2 courses and having them out of the way. But also, in my mind, I thought, I don't want to forget this feeling. I want to make it permanent in a way. So when I go back to my apartment, I'm going to make a video about this feeling and this day, knowing that it's going to be a memory for me one day. And so I wanted to share this with you just because I wanted to make you more aware of how every single experience that you have in this life will ultimately become a memory. It will ultimately become a part of your history. And when you think about the fact that there will be a last time for everything that you experience, it can be very sentimental, and it makes you value those experiences so much more. And that's how I felt after having left that campus and thinking about how I would never step foot on that campus again, probably, and how I would never take that same route from that campus back to my apartment ever again, probably. And after I got back to my apartment, I did something else, which was I wrote down this quote on a piece of paper in a little notebook that I had, and I ripped it out. And I wanted to show that quote to you. That is the quote, and I'll read it aloud to you now. Today is the oldest you have ever been, and the youngest you will ever be again. And that's by Eleanor Roosevelt. And the reason that I chose this quote, and the reason that this quote came to my mind today, is because I was thinking about how I'm never going to be this young again. And although I feel old, I feel a lot older than I was half a year ago, or 1 entire year ago, or 2 years or 3 years ago. I'm still young. I'm 28 years old, and I'm never going to be this young again. And so I have to embrace every single moment and live it to the fullest and feel it to the fullest, because it's all going to be a part of my history one day. And making these videos every single day has been a bit challenging, mainly because I have to find time and find a quiet place to make them, which is why I use my car. And sometimes there are noises around me, people driving their cars, playing music, walking, talking, blowing their blowers, mowing the lawn. But I'm very proud of myself for having done this every single day, and for having created a record of my life and my thoughts every single day. I did this every single day from the beginning of this semester and now until the end. And again, it makes me very sentimental, because one day I'll look back on these videos and remember how I felt on each of these days, remember what I did to make these videos, remember the books I read, remember the thoughts I thought, remember the journal entries that I wrote. It's all very special to me, and I feel very privileged to be able to share it with you. And I feel very privileged that you take the time to watch my videos and to listen to me and to get to know me virtually. So that is the message that I wanted to share with you today, about how everything becomes a memory, by illustrating my own experience of how everything has become a memory for me, particularly today on this special day, this milestone in my life, having finished these 2 courses, having finished this semester. It's just a very important topic to think about, how everything becomes a memory. And again, this is very highly related to that video I made recently titled "The Poignancy of Transience." So if you want to know more about this idea, I suggest that you go and watch that video. But remember, today and every day for the rest of your life, that everything becomes a memory, and everything becomes a part of your story and your history. And even if it might not seem positive at the time, whatever you're experiencing, it's still a part of your story, and one day you'll look back and think that it was all very beautiful. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to or watch my video today. I really appreciate it. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And with that, I'd like to wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.